Good morning. It's a lovely day for football. I've been a busy little man last night getting things ready. Just been having my morning coffee and cig. Car. Drinking proper strong coffee for a tea strainer. Some of the coffee dregs get through. They stick in my throat sometimes. Yeah. Right. Well, as per Catapult Gate, if you remember that little saga where my hunting catapult was seized by the authorities entering the country, and on the same order was my new mobile phone. 2G, non-internet, just a 20 quid phone, nothing special. So it wasn't like I was waiting for a new iPhone or something like that. It was just a normal old person's phone. Yeah, nothing dodgy, just a medical phone for an old person. But that got seized in the same thing because it was on the same order, yeah. So we waited until last night, until the delivery time was fulfilled, and it didn't arrive. And then it proved me right about the whole thing about my other phones that I'm getting rid of, that the authorities had for 77 days while I was imprisoned, doing God knows what to them, having God knows access to what on the phone. Right? So, I'm having legitimate business orders interfered with by the government, which Amazon can now sue the government for interfering with legitimate lawful business. So the government's backfired there. They've shot themselves in the foot because they're begging the US for trade deals, aren't they, while acting like that in business, being devious in contracts. Yeah? So the government are in trouble now, and it's going to cost them millions for interfering in an American company's legitimate business transactions, which they was paying taxes on. So you see how the government's behaviour is now reflecting in the Americans that also watch and monitor everything for their trade deals and their business interests. And the UK government are begging for a trade deal, so they've just fucked themselves up, haven't they, basically? By using their own fucking laws and their spying methods and this and that, and their assumptions and their wording of the online safety bill, if you complain about it or try to raise people's attention to what they're actually up to. They try to shut you down, don't they, and stop you having secure forms of communication that they haven't interfered with yet. Which is why it's running late now, isn't it? So that one's going straight in the river with the other two now. When I'm ready to. But in the meantime, I've been, working on my family, getting the healing sorted out with my son. Because I did say if anything was going to make me react, it would be by attacking my son, wouldn't it? After complaining about a stalker issue. From that same court case. Right? So I was preparing family safety, wasn't I? Yeah. Which is why I'm making this video. Because I've quietly been going about making legitimate and legal improvised peaceful lawful rebellion ways of doing it, because it is about tyranny after all, interfering with legitimate business practices. Comes under the Magna Carta thing, doesn't it? Right, so who's watching on here? Ah, the happy grandmother. Good, good, good. Right, what have I been doing? Obviously, I've been sorting the dogs out. My hip is cracking and popping away today. What was that? Just flew over there. That was probably my lighter or something. Alright, my walking cane. Has been drilled out, and it now has a nut in it. Look at that as a view. Yeah, right. Now look at that as a view. Just tighten up a bit more. Yeah, that's not going to fall out, is it? That's solid. Let's have a look, because I've put it on the weighted end. Let's just see what it feels like. Yeah, that feels a good fucking... That feels a fucking sensible little tool, that. Let's have a look at that in a bit of light. So it's got the thing on the end there for the sling. That's my walking cane. Now, yeah, so I can go out hunting with my dogs. My son likes his fishing, so he'll have something to do with. Let's just have a look what he's been up to in here. Make sure everything's looking tidy, since I'm not checking on him. Right, ashtray needs cleaning up. Has he got his medication with him? Yes, he has. There's a fucking beer can behind the TV. Oh, it's stinking a stale fucking odour in here. Fork can go in the kitchen, can't it? Well, it's not too bad. It's better than what he was as a teenager, I suppose. Let's put that in his rubbish bin since he couldn't manage that. Bless him. I've turned the PlayStation off. But yeah, what do you reckon on that though? That's for catching trout with or spearing rabbits, whatever I decide to do with it. But that's an improvised way of doing it, hunting, in it. Since they wouldn't let me have a catapult with fucking laser sights, it'll have to be line of sight, won't it? They're not that quick, are they, trout? Or rabbits. If they miss the dogs, they get a harpoon, don't they? While I'm training the dogs to hunt. Right, all I've got to do today is clean up the kitchen. So, no, I haven't been on the piss. This is literally trying to cut down an alcoholic's intake. Right, Marnie was sick on that last night when he jumped on the bed. I've got shit and piss to clean up. No. Where's my third scoop of Java? Golden Bennett. Golden Bennett dogs. Who's jumped up to see what I'm doing? Yes, it's me boys checking if I'm alright. Call yesterday, I thought I was going to fucking attack him. I'm waiting for my delivery all patiently. Watching a video. Nice and happy and, you know. His mum has been trying to help him out. Trying to, you know, make sure he's alright. Not really being straight with his mother. So I'm like trying to explain to him. Don't fucking ignore your mother's advice. Don't ignore my advice. Come on, up. Up. You need that advice. Good boy, stay there. Keep an eye on the girls for me. You need that female energy and advice to stop the other mothers pecking at your head while you be Mr. fucking Pisshead, shrugging it off all cocky. You need her help. So don't be blagging your mother and bullshitting your mother. This needs sorting out once and for all. It's going on too long and it's affecting the grandkids. We've had enough of it. You're going to listen to advice this time. So I said, talk to your mum. So I talked to his mum. Turned into a blag. You know what I mean? No, that's not taking advice, is it? So, I'm waiting for my phone yesterday. And he's clucking. So I'm waiting. And I'm waiting. And I'm waiting for this delivery, all patiently, with my knee all fucked up. And he watched me start cutting the rugging, cleaning off the piss in the front room carpet there. That's before the dogs came in with their dirty feet last night. So all that's clean in there now, again, but I've got to do the whole carpet because it's just doggified as the weather's getting wetter. So he watched me do all that. Then called me a lazy bastard because I was sitting down exhausted having a coffee, in a lot of pain, arguing, rush. And I had already told him the day before, I ain't doing nothing tomorrow because my knee's fucked up. So I'm staying in, waiting for my delivery, pottering about doing a bit of cleaning. Except while I'm waiting for this delivery, constantly he wants me to rush about on the bike for him after he's just sat there and watched me fucking struggle. So I'm like, no, boy. No. Then he's getting all fucking threatening and violent and shit. And like, don't you fucking take piss with me, boy. And he's on the phone and he's ranting to whoever he's ranting to and blah blah. Remember what I said about the online safety bill and shit? Yeah? So he's on the phone and ranting to this, that and the other, about this, that and the other, and what's he doing? Oh, he's just sitting there fucking stroking his beard watching a video. Oh, fucking right. Well, he's ignoring you, yeah. Oh. What a cunt. What a bastard. You're not taking that, are you? So, like, this other person's winding him up. And he's getting all fucking threatening and violent and fuck you. Right, okay. So I just sort of listened to who he was talking to. Turns out it's his brother. Oh, is it now? The one that wants him to fuck off down to his mother's? I said, what, you really do that to your brother? And he's egging him on, fucking trying to get him to fall out with his dad. While he's fucking got a head injury. And he's not thinking right. And he's fucking dealing with all his problems. What a cunt. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking to his mother alright about this. Because she needs to know what's going on amongst her fucking family. It's not a fucking game. I remember when there was a lot of selfish behaviour in the past. You know? You ended up with someone hanging themselves, you know what I mean? Just from the selfishness. I didn't give a fuck about, you know? Poor fucker was sitting there one day and he's sitting there on a day when he should have been having people around him, and he's sitting there on his own with nothing because it all been pounced off of him. You know what I mean? That's my ankle slipping on the quilt. Right, Marnie, move, please. Move. Move. Oh, baby, don't you want to move? You protecting my spot, are you? Right, you know you can get up and move. Come on, hop. Move. Good boy. Well done. Well done. See, you get praise for doing good, boy. That's it. You're going to lay on your bitches, are you? You're going to lay on your bitches. You laying on your bitches. Yeah, shy boy. Good boy, ain't you, Marnie? Yeah, so I've had all that going on this week. But I did say I was kicking out his crutch, didn't I? So little by little he was withdrawing all week. because I got sick of buying this beer. It's costing me loads of money, and I'm not funding someone else's fucking addiction. Don't forget, I did say to the woman in the first place, is that wise doing it that way? Oh, you think you can control him, do you? Give him his beer and allocation of beer in here, sit there and do as he's told like a good little boy. Is that it? You don't know that's what you think a grown man needs to do you? Why you peck at his head? That's why he's like he is at the moment. So we're doing it my way now. Fuck all this bullshit. I'm working with his mother to sort her son out. It's going to be done once and for all. I'm not having it, and I'm sure she ain't having it either. So that's what's going on. I don't need to talk to her about it even. All I've got to do is post what I'm doing. And her mother sees the posts. So she gets a message in a roundabout way when family's concerned about family. They find out anyway, whether the kids want them to or not, if they're trying to hide things from the elders. You know what I mean? Because we got to do what's best for the family, innit? Not what the fucking idiots are running around doing and fucking running amok. Bringing fucking major problems if it ain't dealt with. You know. You can't have judges threatening to sell children, can you? And you not take that threat seriously, because you can be guaranteed at some point they're going to attempt to do exactly that. And if the elders ain't fucking on the case, united about it, ready to step in and say, well actually, you can't, because we're going to take charge of it. You ain't having that. Let go. Know your place. Or else. You see what I'm saying? And we already know about my mentality when they threaten to do that, and I threaten to wipe them off the face of the earth with their own scary virus. So I don't play games on that front. And because I thought like that and wouldn't comply, I was set up and put in prison for 77 days. And we all know about the 77 days, about the Silver Jubilee and the 77 Brigade that were online. Policing, like good little military watchdogs, using the online safety bill to do the Five Eyes agenda for the company that I said was involved in the media management arm of the pandemic story when it first broke, because it broke at the same time as the Epstein and Prince Andrew story, didn't it? All conveniently timed as a distraction, a global distraction. Hey, look over there, not at what we're doing. We rule the world. Look over there at what's happening there. Oh, it's scary, isn't it? Meanwhile, Jimmy Savile's mate is made king. Do you see where we're going at the moment? And we're not allowed to talk freely and privately together because you got them intercepting phone deliveries and shit. Because you're supposed to communicate on monitored devices where they can use this new law with. They want you on the internet, speaking your truth, so they can twist your truth and try and use it against you. So this is why I record these videos as these now, because I'm speaking the truth. And if they want to challenge that truth, bring it on. I'm already in a state of lawful peaceful rebellion, so I'm allowed to do that by law. And if you're bringing in a law that supersedes that over the Magna Carta, then there's an issue, isn't there? Because you're telling me that I can't hunt. This is why I'm taking this stance. And like I said, telling me I can't hunt, and then I go and make something myself. I create something myself with a little bit of help from what I've ordered in. So it hasn't stopped me from hunting, has it? So your powers of interfering did what? Nothing but expose you for doing it. Do you see why I've spoken this way now? Because these videos will be watched by them. Right? So it's like me chiding them in a video, isn't it? They've cost themselves possibly cost themselves millions of pounds now in lost trade deals through interfering with legitimate business between a company and two clients, and who were not breaking the law or intending to break the law with those products. You know, that's pretty disgraceful. It goes against your human rights. And there's an issue there, obviously an issue. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee. You can hear the old lady behind me there, snoring and dreaming and twitching away she is. Yeah, I bet Jack's mum's like that at the moment. You know what I mean? Worrying about what he's fucking up to. Because he's feeding her all sorts of bullshit. You know what I mean? The actual fuck. So, yeah. You don't give birth to your master, do you? You see what I'm saying? See, if your daughter's telling you what to do, or your son's telling you what to do, and it's like, remember who you're talking to before I get up. Because you might just find yourself getting a fat lip. Ah, dear. Don't worry, I'm not having a rant about it, about my son, because he's been a very difficult person this last week, because he's been suffering from a head injury. But we took the doctor's advice and the hospital's advice, and I basically had him here for the last week, was giving him advice and he was listening to it, although it was very hard going for him, and I do understand that, because he's an alcoholic. Didn't have any money, didn't have anything. So, like, I didn't mind him sharing my tobacco and that, and getting a bit of beer and a bit of spirits and that, and enjoying that with him and that. But when it came down to, right, I've got that to get through until I next get paid, so I need that, got to get this, got to get that, got to get food, got to get dog food. Right, that's the end of the party. Bang, his mood changed straight away. Shit, panic, anxiety. Oh, my beer, where am I going to get my beer from now? Shit, fuck, no, and he's doing his own head in, basically. I said I was kicking his crotch away, yes, was it yesterday or the day before? So that's what we've been sort of doing. I posted it online, like I said, because I'm not hiding anything from family. While I do this, if he wants to run away to his mother's to do that, then she's got to be prepared for him acting like this too. So it'd be better to just trust me in what I'm doing here and get involved in the process herself. You know what I mean? I don't need any contact with her. I'm not after any agenda or anything there. I'm trying to do something with the kids because they've been playing one parent against each other again, unfortunately. Well, they run amok, and it's putting a bit of pressure on now from those in charge or who think they're in charge of our ownership, put it that way. And they're saying, well, if you lot don't fucking behave and don't do this, then we're going to interfere and we're going to threaten you with the grandchildren. And it's what? Right, okay, so time for the grandparents to unite now. We're not having that. You youngsters are not going to put those at risk by what you're doing, so you're going to clean your fucking selves up, start fucking behaving and focusing, and stop running your mouths off, being stupid. Didn't intimidate your parent when he was laying on the bed yesterday, did it? I take it the same way when I've got the authorities in my ear, I'll go like, if you don't do this, we're going to do this. Yeah, well, if I say in advance, yeah, well, the only thing that's going to get me to react is by, you know, setting something up with one of my kids, and then one of my kids actually gets that happen to them, and it's like, okay, so you want that reaction, and you're waiting for me to talk about it and plot and plan it all on my, you know, interfered with devices what they've had access to. You know? Am I talking sense now? Because they haven't had that, have they? And they know that. So, that's a big old government fail then, isn't it? Don't you think? Because now families getting united because they spot the danger. That's just one family in the UK. Imagine how many others have been put in the same situation. All communicating, showing how they're doing it. It's a nightmare for those in charge, isn't it? Everyone uniting together instead of fighting and judging and pointing fingers at each other because they tell you to. You see what I'm saying? Put yourselves first, not their interests now. Love and protect your families, not them. Remember what they did during lockdown, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, right. Now, that thing that went flying earlier has to be my lighter. So I remember where it hit the floor. Right. Morning, moo. Look at you with a nose full of teeth. You mucky boy. At least you're happy, ain't you? Young Hulkster, his little brother, he's cuddled up to his back there. Look. And we got mother and daughter laying here all happy together. And Marnie's waiting for the little puppy that's supposed to come from Willow that he's been promised. So he's waiting patiently, like I'm waiting patiently for, you know, my new phone that didn't arrive. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's how I feel, Marnie. So what I'm going to do is if you just get on with being a dog, shit happens, doesn't it? Yeah, what we do, we'll work out what's going on with Lola here. See what sort of state of health she's in, how old she actually is, that sort of thing. And then we'll make a decision on Willow, because we've got 2 years to make that decision. Yeah, I think if that is the case. She's entitled as a dog to have a litter of puppies. No one has the right to tell her she's not allowed to do that. Only the creator has that right. So, totally disregarding that. But I'm sort of doing it around what's going to be happening with Lola, because I'm seeing she's very, very slow. She's... Oh, Hulk's having a wet dream by the looks of it. Dirty little boy. Yeah. Lola sort of plods about like Snatch did, so I'm assuming she's that sort of age. But she's got a little bit, she has little bursts of energy where she wants to play and that, so I'm checking that situation out a bit more first. Yeah, that's my priority. And also at the same time, I've got my own family priorities. So, while dealing with me depression and PTSD and disabilities and shit. So everything that got said in anger yesterday, I know it not to be true because, yeah, I am. I'm disabled. My knee's gone, I'm lying on the bed. Get fucking hairy with me, mate, and you're going to have a problem, aren't you? You don't talk to your mother like that, and you definitely don't talk to me like that, because you get hurt. So shut your mouth. You know what I mean? The neighbours could hear every fucking word what was being said. You know what I mean? Well, if you fucking report me to someone for fucking what you think you heard in this fucking property, mate, you're just exposing yourself again, aren't you, really? Because, you know, when they see my account of what I'm explaining here, and I've been dealing with someone with a head injury for the last week, that explains what the argument's about, doesn't it? Because he's not acting himself at the moment, and I'm having to cope with that. But you didn't hear him getting whacked with a D-lock or nothing, did you? So he got nothing to worry about really next door, has he? You know what I mean? So he doesn't really need to be shouting shit through me walls and blah blah blah. Making me get up and go to my front door and look out the window. What the fuck? What, someone fucking shouting through my door because I've got my music up a bit? So I don't have to fucking listen to his bullshit that way in that bedroom and that coming through me walls that way, do you know what I mean? What the actual fuck? Friday, I'm watching a Quranic video, you know what I mean? Leave me the fuck alone. You're clucking for a beer, that's all. Stop stressing me out. But the money's just been put in your account. Yeah, okay. You see, mother's just put the money in your account, fucking, so you can take the piss and go fucking back on the beer again, innit? So you've blagged your mother instead of listening to her help and getting help and advice from your mother, haven't you? Fucking stupid boy. Yeah, I had money in my wallet. I had 45 quid in my wallet. Wasn't going to give it to him, though, in case it was a blag. And I'm being told that he's got 50 quid in his thingy and he's just put 50 quid in my account from his mother. The fuck? My knees popped. I'm not going fucking nowhere yet. I'm waiting for my phone. You fucking wait. You see what I'm saying? So don't be assuming anything about that's money from that or whatever, because that money was sent from his mother to help him out because he just fucking blagged her for fucking beer money. You know what I mean? Same as I send money down to her sometimes for my youngest son. Don't need to talk to her to do it, do I? You know what I mean? I had the money in my pocket to give me son, but I told you I kicked his fucking crutch away. I'm not paying for his beer. I've got to pay for dog food. Got to pay for gas. Got to pay for my own fucking food. Got to pay the bills. No, I'm not funding your fucking addiction, mate. You sort yourself out once and for all. What are you going to be doing? Spending your kids' clothes money next because you need a fucking beer or whatever? You know what I mean? Sort yourself out, mate. There you go. I'm disabled. I have arthritis medication. It's not a vice in life. I'm not doing it to get high. I'm not sitting here drinking all day, am I? You know what I mean? I'm not killing my liver and then telling people that I've got pains in my liver or something. You know what I mean? Well, why say that and worry the person and then fucking want them to fund that addiction? No. Sorry, boy. You're sorting yourself out. It's gone too far. I ain't losing the son. I ain't helping you do it to yourself. Right? Tough love. If he was an heroin addict, mate, I'd be locking him in his fucking bedroom. I wouldn't be putting him in prison when there's drugs to keep his habit going, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be thinking like that or doing anything stupid like the fucking females, the younger females are plotting and scheming just for fucking control of the kids. No, you don't set a person up like that and fuck their life up, do you? That's why the mothers are going to tell the mothers what to fucking do this time. And they're going to listen. That's the old school way of doing it, so that's how it's being done. No more fucking arguing about it. I'm sick of it. So that's what this video is about. Oh yeah. I wanted an air rifle, didn't I? Now, should I risk the government seizing it if I try and buy one online? Yeah, because it's a legal thing for me to buy for hunting and shooting rabbits while I'm out with my dogs. If my life is being threatened with interference, because I could take it that they might attempt to do that with my shopping money from this point. So I'm taking provisions for that with providing myself with the tools to get my own food should I be forced into that situation, if that makes sense. I know where there's an air rifle, probably won't cost me a thing, and I could go and ask a policeman if I can have it after I explain what I want it for. Yeah? So I can do it all legal, and it can be verified. So that's a way of doing that they can't interfere with. So when it's my time to be in a mobility scooter, I'd rather have a driving licence set up at that point. I don't want to be sitting on a cold fucking thingy, do you know what I mean? Mobility scooter. Unless I'm taking the dogs for a wander down the river or something, you know? You know what I mean? Dogs have still got to be walked, but I can drive to a river and then walk along with a walking cane and a air rifle in a thingy on me back with me dogs. It's pretty obvious I'm not out for any trouble or anything, can it? If I've got dogs and I've got an air rifle thing on my back, walking about in the country. You know, I'm not out on a massacre, am I, walking my dogs, do you know what I mean, with an air rifle. You see what I mean? So there's no confusion in what I'll be doing with it. You know, especially if I've got a harpoon tip in the backpack as well, if I'm walking beside a river. Do you know what I mean? There's no distinction or confusion about what it would be there for. Do you know what I mean? Questions and answers, see? Yes, no, you can't, but you can if you know why. So I can have a catapult with a laser sight on it and fishing harpoons for shooting mullet if I'm down on the coast and I'm walking along a pier and I can't get a fishing rod out in time because they're mullet and they're really difficult to catch. You can actually point the catapult at them and harpoon spear them. Lovely bit of mullet, bit of bass. You know? Free food, legal to catch. Takes too long to get a rod out and set it up, doesn't it? Catapult, you could just shot, done. There you go. So the government's wrong for interfering, and it's going to cost them dearly for it. How about that? So that's how I turn a negative into a positive. Because I only used £20 as bait to catch them out and expose them doing it. A £20 phone attached to a catapult order from the same company. So an old person's phone for going hunting with, which won't be interfered with on the 5G grid. A medical backup phone. So that £20 gamble proved me right, drew them out, exposed them as they interfered with it, and in turn united our family for the safety of our family. How about that? The one thing they was trying to stop, they did. They did the opposite. They lost. And that's why I'm happy. So have a good one yourselves. I'm celebrating life, new life. My knee's moving about a bit more freer today, but as I said, bruising coming from inside the kneecap. From under the kneecap. Bruising coming up around there. That's the bit that popped last time when I was teaching Tyler to ride the push bike. That's the reason I was breached from probation, because I couldn't walk on it. So again, it's even surfacing now to emphasise the truth of what I was saying in the first place. There's the fucking damage still occurring. You can see it popped. You see the fucking outline of the injury. It's the whole fucking knee. Couldn't hardly fucking stand on it yesterday. Alright. So I was right in the way I dealt with that yesterday. I wasn't doing nothing, going nowhere. I was being watched struggle while I was cleaning up the dog stuff. I've got dog stuff to clean up in a minute. And, excuse me, getting hyper. And it's football day. So, got a couple of matches to watch. Or one to listen to, one to watch. If anyone turns up to watch the football with me, good for them. Be good to have a bit of company here and watch a bit of football. I'm going to jump in the shower after I've cleaned the hallway. I've got to move everything off of there now, because I want to see if there's an actual on-off button to turn the TV on so I can watch the bastard thing now. Because, bitch, Willow hit my fucking TV remote yesterday while I was cleaning up, and the other fucker was just sitting on his bed with his feet up, watching me. Do you know what I mean? Meanwhile, in here, my dogs are behaving, but yeah. So, would I employ him as a carer? Probably not. But I know he can live to a certain standard and help me out, because I've seen him do it for himself and his own kids in his place where he was living as a family. Alright? But he's actually, when he's not in his bad mood place with his own demons, he's actually seen me struggle. So he knows I'm not lying to him. And then he's either going to think, well, I need my parents' support myself, and they're not going to help me if I'm not being a good son now, are they? You know? And he needs our help. He really does need our help, and we ain't going to let him down. So I just know it's a thing that he's going through while he's healing. So I take the flak. I don't hold it against him, because I know it's someone lashing out in anxiety and anger. The same as if Hulkster gets scared and he nips me because he's scared, or, you know, it's the same thing. It's just a young pup acting up because he's anxious. And what are you waiting for? Mr. Moo? It's not dinner, is it? You're not waiting for dinner, surely? Or is it a good boy, sweetie? What is it? What are you waiting for? Let me see what I can find. Ouch. Where's my coat? Yeah, I've got a garden full of dog crap I've got to clean up. I'm not cleaning up his bedroom. I can fucking do that himself when he comes back happy. Because that's the order I'll give him. After I got his mother's money out of the bank for it. So hopefully he's gone and seen his kids. Not got no crap off the women. Oh, isn't that lucky? There's 4 of them left. Who wants the first one, I wonder? Of course you do. Ooh, who's next in the pecking order now, Hulkster? I think it's Lola. Then it's the good boy. Then it's Miss Puppy in my hallway. I don't care if you're dribbling and slobbering all over my bed. You dirty doggy females. Yeah, you can lay down. No, you can't go in the hallway yet because I've got to clean it. So you're in here, behaving. Right. That was simple to make that, wasn't it? But I don't want that on there while the dog... Oh, actually, let's just leave it on there. Can go behind there, can't it, with the pool cue? Because it's always handy to have a pool cue, isn't it? Just need a dartboard to go on the door now. Sorted. Right, where's my coffee? Oh, I've got dribble up my fucking leg, dog. What the actual fuck? Good job on going in the shower. Right, it's gone an hour video. That's me waking up on a Saturday, getting ready to watch a bit of football, having a happy day after doing my job as a parent and grandparent for the week. All good. Going well. Have a good Saturday.